All right, let's see. Game 3. Watch point Gibraltar. Everybody's favorite map. South Korea wins. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, South Korea wins this. They win the whole thing. They win the whole thing, man, huh? All right, let's go. Look at them, dude. Look at them scouting. Look at the pro strats, dude. Look through the window. Let's see what they got. Even though everybody knows never to show their comp. Wow. Super really just broke all the computers, man. Dick. What's up, Azreki? I want to make you a burger sometime? Yes, dude. I want a burger. Give me a burger. Alright, so here we go. US's comp. You got the Mei Mashin. South Korea got the Reaper Mei. So honestly, maybe it was good scouting by like South Korea or something, knowing that they needed the Mei, knowing that US has been running the Bastion a lot. So it's a pretty good pick. They probably just picked it just because US has been running the Bastion, just so they can wall them up. And this map on Gibraltar is kind of known to be like you can use a lot of teams use Bastion in the beginning. So I don't see them probably going to set up on like a corner and then end up pushing afterwards after they get walled. Oh shit, wait a second. That's actually a really good push by South Korea to get on top right in the beginning. But they can't kill the Sinatra. He's just staying alive. Super's doing a really good job by not... okay, so I want you to pay attention to like how Super is playing. Like he's not going off cart while Sinatra's alive, because he knows that his body just needs to be used to block as much damage as possible for Sinatra. So we'll go back and do it like, I guess, like third point or whatever. Third person POV. But so Sinatra goes on top, and then pretty much Super is literally trying... He gets pulled off, and then he just wants to go back up top, and he's just trying to block as much. So he's just pretty much staying in front of Sinatra. Because as your job as Orisa, if your Bastion wins in this fight, then you end up winning the whole thing. As long as your Bastion's alive, then you're winning the comp. So this is actually just really good positioning by Super here to make Sinatra survive as long as possible, which allows him to get the most damage. And they ended up winning that just because Sinatra lived for so long. And South Korea's plan, like when they engage hard, is they have to kill the Bastion first. If they don't kill the Bastion, then they lose. Yeah, I got frozen 3 times in 10 seconds, and then they just did not have the damage to kill it because it was a really good body block. So we'll see going into the next fight. South Korea does have their Coalescence. Rockets to just use his, so they know that they have Coal advantage. So Badosin will engage with Coal, and then they'll just look for Reaper or Mailty, whichever one comes off cooldown first. And they'll probably look just to mail Bastion. On the other hand, if the Super, he's going to Bongo on cooldowns. Right when they start pushing up, he's going to look to Bongo here. And then as Corey gets his ults, they'll probably look to, like, you know, pull Mailty. But so Super's definitely going to Bongo on cooldowns, while South Korea's going to look to Coalescence on to engage as well. So as the Bongos, we'll probably see Cole coming out soon. There's the Mailty, there's the Cole. So they're trying to like kill Sinatra. They end up killing Sinatra, so they should end up winning this fight. But they haven't invested a good amount. So South Korea now going to the next fight. They have the Sigult, and since US is running the Moira BAP, they really don't have a hard defensive like counter ult. Like they don't have beat or anything to stop the Sigult. So if they can force field or break field when they put it down, US, this fight can probably be won pretty easily by South Korea, just getting like a pull Sigult and they just Bongo and do the damage buys like before they drop. But for US, they're gonna have to look for like Sinatra and Corey to try and like take the fight onto point and then get a good Mailty if they're staying close. So they're getting high ground. This is really good. They can get this high ground first to not just... They can get test point. Oh shit, bro. Damn. They really just fucking jumped off the top there. That's the aggressive ass type of plays, dude. But it throws people off guard, so it's actually pretty fucking big brain of US, not gonna lie. Think they're going high ground, then they just insta drop to right side and then have a really good LOS because they're all trying to get set up playing under. So every time you win a fight, since they have the Bastion comp, what they're doing is they want to set up as high as possible. So they're probably gonna go to like the bridge area and then get set up there, because you don't want people to get into like this in this meta. It's all about, even with if you're playing like Doom Reaper, whatever like type of comp with like the Orisa, you want to deny as much space and hold as much space as possible. So especially with Bastion, if you can get set up forward and kill them as they're trying to go through the choke, then you're putting yourself in the best advantage. Because if you let them walk in for free, get set up on high grounds, and then what are you gonna do with Bastion? Like it's really bad. So it's really smart by US. Like every time around they win a fight, they're pushing up to take as much space as possible. And if they really need to, they can just like, you know, like kite back, but they want to try and get high ground and be able to deny as much. So now instead of getting like stopped if they're stepped on one card, they can play above. But now South Korea can't really they have to do like a hard flank, and then this spot here allows, if they try and push onto them, then Super can easily just pull to the bottom left, pull them off, and now they have high ground advantage still. So this is just really good rotates by US and South Korea. Since they have the Reaper and the Mei, they're trying to get on top of them. So that's when, you know, like South Korea is going to be chasing them around the whole map, and then US is going to have to, it's whoever has the better kiting and engages. Wait, is Bedosan on Ana instead of Moira? The reason why he's on Ana is because the way how to counter Bastion, you do wall up and then you sleep the Bastion, or you like go for purples. So the reason why he's on that is because for that, they're trying to do like if Bastion's stationary, then you just sleep them purple, and then you get the engage off of that. So that's why. Cheer Paris is out of comp. Yeah, Paris and Harzen Nukani out of next seasons for comp. Yo, appreciate you watching, Suni. So they have the advantage there. It was a pretty aggressive spot by Sinatra, but Sinatra's a pretty aggressive player in general, so it doesn't surprise me. He jumps in. So it's a good bongas by Super here. They want to try and keep the advantage since they use the nano on top. They want to try and keep the card going. So you can see that Super looked behind, saw where Sinatra was. Now he puts the shield off card to the left side, so he can still be blocking for Sinatra at all times. Nothing much they can do here. He's getting mail teed. Impact survive as long as possible, but this should be a... Oh shit, is it not a one fight? Wait a second. Okay, no. They are losing this. About to say, bro, they're about to pull out some miracle. I think they'll nerf Bastion because of this. I mean, I don't know if they'll nerf Bastion. Like, he's definitely good, but it takes a lot of like coordination for Bastion to be good. I don't know what they'd nerf about it. Like, you can definitely win without it. Like, they just use it for like payload and once, because okay, Bastion's good for snowball, right? So as long as you're snowballing around, Bastion's good. But then see, as like right when they got stopped, then US swapped off and went Reaper Doom. You don't stay on Bastion forever. It's a good snowbally comp, but then you can't, once you can't get set up, like South Korea now has the advantage because they have positional advantage above them, right? So now they have to swap off it. So it's like Bastion's good, but then he's not like the best, because then you just get countered if you stay on it after you've been stopped, you know? But yeah, I think so. What to make the current DPS good? Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, so South Korea now has their Reaper and Nano. Let's see what US has. Eventually only have Bongo Cole coming up, so we'll probably see Rockets look for a Cole engage. Super's gonna Bongo on. Probably cooldown when he gets, if they can get like a decent positional advantage, just to build some ults. But South Korea's definitely got a Nano Architect, and Architect's going to look to engage Reaper ult maybe, or if he does, he probably might not even need to. So he just needs to try and get into the right side. Super had to use the shield, so they're going to have to wait 8 seconds for the clone before they can push out. Then once they're going to get to point, they try not to play under them. So yep, so now they're going under. They nanoed Architect. I was trying to do like a hard engage there, and since they nanoed, I can kind of just clean house before they can do anything else. Oh, Rocket's got to pick on Hawksall. He'll be back in time though, so doesn't do much. But that wasn't too bad of a trade. Nano Reaper for Cole. Oh, that's not good. But now Super has Bongo advantage, so they'll probably do the same exact, depending on how close. I don't think South Korea can get the high ground now, so US is probably just going to go through the top right. If they can get on the bridge, then they're going to. Then they'll drop the point. Super probably Bongo from either like the left or the right side, because they know Bdosin has no coalescence, so they have nothing to really kill Bongos now. So Super can kind of put his Bongos wherever the fight's going to be, and then know that it's going to be safe. So now they're going under to be able to get the touch. They'll probably look for maybe a pull off from like the backside. So there's the pull from the backside. Nice. There's the Bongo since he got the pull. Bongos are well protected by a shield, so that was really good play by Super there. So as an Orisa, like that's like kind of like picture perfect what you want to do when people are always playing high grounds. It's the same thing whenever you're facing like Bastion comps. You get under them like this, and you see that they're under there, right? So people, like, nobody's gonna really have like a cooldown here, so you know since they're there, it's an easy pull. You just pull behind them. Once somebody drops, and then you drop on top of it. It's like, yeah, that's just like exactly how you want to play like Orisa comps whenever people are above you like that. Whether you believe Orisa probably wouldn't be meta. Oh yeah, Orisa would not be meta if Sig didn't exist. Orisa and Sig are only good because they go together and they have so many shields. Orisa is not good without Sigma. Because you have to think of it this way. If the Sigma wasn't there, then you're gonna be having like Hog, and then you're back to like the pull hook. So then it's like Doomfist. If a Doomfist tries to int in your backline, then he's gonna get hooked by the Hog, and then so the Doomfists are gonna be a lot more safe. So then Doomfist is not the best pick anymore, you know. So it's like the whole meta changes because of certain heroes. So it's because Sig was introduced, and his comp is all around just having a bunch of shields, and Orisa has a shield and wants to play distance as well. They just like it goes together. How to fix Sigma Orisa synergy? I honestly, there's no way to really fix it, man. All right, that's just how they made those heroes. They're just good together. 2 peas in a pod, you know. They said the only way they can do something, they just need to release the other like more tank heroes, so it changes up the meta. So there's better tank heroes to play, right? That's the only thing they can do. They can release another hero that makes the meta different, and then that's why it changes. So they can release that, like, is it Malga, that guy? I don't know, another tank hero, maybe a melee tank hero, and then you'll maybe get like a Rhine meta, right? Because you're gonna have like a hard engage type of like tank lineup. But yeah. Super can get into Team USA by not playing in Overwatch Grand Finals. You also didn't play in Overwatch Grand Finals. Basically, you're as good as Super, right? Oh yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah, basically, dude. Basically. Yo, guys, Sweeney, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. I really appreciate that. Can I get some sub hype in the chat? Thank you. I'd say pull is busted. It's annoying, but not broken. I don't think pull is broken. It still takes, you still have to be able to know where to pull. It still takes like skills, whatever. Okay, so let's get back to this. Let's see. US, Doom, Sig, more ulti, and B. They actually have 4 ultis coming up. That's actually pretty huge to South Korea only having Bongo, Doom, and Sig. Since we know IDK and Moth both know that they have to save their ults for the Sig ults, we'll just, leave it at that. That's what they're going to be probably saving it for. Otherwise, you kind of just like throw the next fight when they have a free Sig ult. So Mono is probably going to look to Bongo first on this engage, and then they can look for like a pull Hawksall Doomfist ult. They probably see like Bongo the the neutral, and then they'll look for whatever pull Doom. And then for the US, they kind of just have to look for, the pull Doom super is probably just going to like hard push in with gold, look for a pull, maybe like their Lucio or something. And then Raucous is going to cold the engage as well. Probably look to cold the Bongos if it's out in the open. So it's getting free car push. They'll probably take the fight on this corner there. There's supers, hard engage. There's the Doomfist ult, so then Yar pushes in. Gets the pull on the Sig. There's the Sig ult, so there's the beat by Moth. But since they already used B and everything, Architect just got a free Death Blossom because they had no other cooldowns for Swilly. So I think South Korea just had. I guess we can take a look from like the overhead view and see. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I meant to hit back 2 seconds and you backed out the whole fucking thing, man. Wait. Are we on the wrong? Wait a second. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright. Wait, is this the fight we're talking about? Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look from overhead and see how all the ultimates. Because in theory, US should have an advantage here because they're getting all their ultimates first. It's just South Korea somehow uses their ultimates, I guess, get more value out of it, and then they end up winning because of it. So, so let's see. So Simato engage with their super, looking for the Doom ult. Just a hard engage. Okay. Oh, there's the beat by DK. Okay. And then super's gonna get his. Oh. There's the beat. Oh, okay, that's just a really good pull Reaper Bongo by Mono. He actually saves his Bongo out the whole fight like that and actually waits for Architect. So it's actually really good, I guess, like ult calling or really good ult discipline by Mono, not using his Bongos there till the Reaper's ready. Well, yeah. Alright, so that's how they won that fight. Alright, let's go see. Rissa pull feels way too strong and she can literally punish anyone most of the time and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, I mean it punishes people for being like, I don't know, out of position mostly. Like, yeah, you can like pull punch, but then it's like, okay, so all of Arissa's kit, right, can be blocked by Orisa, right? So when you go for pull punch or something, or if it's going for a punch, Orisa can just fortify and you're supposed to protect your team from the punch. And then, I don't know. It's like, it's strong, yes, but it is like punishable. I don't know. It's hard to explain. All right. Like if you force like an Orisa gold early, you can just hard push on her, and then once you get on top of Orisa, then she's kind of useless. And that's kind of what you have to do. You have to take like, that's why like Doom and Reaper is so like is strong against Orisa comps, is because you want to try and take the fight on top of them. Because then once Orisa uses her fortify, then she's kind of like Ryan without a shield. You kind of just like falls apart really easily. Like you get 2 shot by Reaper in the head, so or 1 like punch Doom into a wall. All right, so let's see here. US has their Reaper ult coming. Honestly, this is like a dry fight here, but since Corey has his ultimate coming up first, US is probably going to be pretty aggressive here to try and force Choi's grasp and like fortify, fade, and all that stuff, and then Corey can just get like a really good ultimate on top, which would be for free. So there's supers engaged, forcing out gold. Corey now has his ultimate. There's the pull. Corey's pushing up. Not even need to use him. It's already up 2. Now he uses Reaper ult anyways. I don't know if you really needed to use Reaper ult there. You probably could have won without it. Like they were up 2 and saved it for the recontest. But I mean, it's whatever. But another good hold by US. Right when they win the fight, and then they take as much space as possible. So South Korea has to push out into space that's already contested by them. So right here they can go for like pull into the wall, anything like that. Like their South Korea is forced, instead of, if they US plays back right and just plays on the point, then South Korea will walk out and put a shield like right on that's left corner, and then they have all the space, right? Playing like this, where they're forced up in their spawn, South Korea is forced to use a shield at the corner there, like right coming out of spawn, or risk of like, you know, dies. So then it's hard for them to actually get out on the point, having like abilities and like be able to like shield and stuff like that. So you always, whenever you have an advantage and you want to try and like finish off, like you always want to take positions like this, because then they don't get their shield in the spots that they want to. So now they're forced to put it there instead of shield. So now they're gonna have to push past the shield to even contest the point. So there's a good pull doom. Super using his Bongo there in the cooldown, and just really good play by US. Oh, but they actually don't finish it off. All right, we'll watch some space to finish it off then. Let's see what he's doing right here. Reaper's alive, so now they have to try. They should look to focus Reaper now that he has no Wraith. They know hard punish him before. Oh, this is where IDK spawns like 3 times. Dude, that was so troll, dude. He literally just goes back, swaps the BAP. Dude, look at this man. This man really swapped like 3 times. I don't know if they... I feel like them doing this, they're probably going to do something to like change this. Because I don't know, man. It dies, right? He goes back. He swaps just to get another field, so then he can throw it back out again. And then he waits for it to die. He goes, swaps, and then he throws out another field. And it's just like... They're definitely going to do the 900 IQ to like, because Blizzard doesn't have anything against this, but they're probably somehow they're probably gonna be like, hey, if you pick it here, you can't pick it again for like 5 seconds or something, dude. Yeah, Overwatch at its finest, man. Let me tell you. Oh, the cooldown thing was fixed. I guess, yeah, I guess not. I guess it is not. Yeah, I thought it was too. I thought they fixed that. I guess they might have changed it or reverted the change or something. And it's just like, okay, man. I guess you can have your immortality forever. Wait, what is this? Let's go through it. Is this the black hole, dude? Where are we going to now? Yeah, that seems so balanced, man. Yeah, so balanced. Ooh. Electing to go with the nice Bastion comp. Alright. Just remove spawns. You die once you lose. Okay, fair. Yeah. Just have people be dead. Sounds good to me. This is actually pretty ballsy of US just to play this close. Like, playing this close is good, I think, for like, I don't know, overtime and stuff, because then it's like they have like 1 minute, they have to whatever get the touch. Maybe you can like try and like throw them off, but I don't know. This is still a good spot though, because it forces, they have like LOS, Pharah has to go like behind them, and then hopefully if they're playing behind them, then Space and Super just have to look for like a pull rock combo on the Pharah. That's pretty much what Super and Space have to do is they have to combo their pull rocks onto fire to pressure that out, and then the other try and just survive and wait for Snatcher to frag out and do the damage. So they're setting up on the bridge. Snatcher kind of goes a little too far out, but see, they're trying to do the pull rock there. That's exactly what they need to do to try and contest the Pharah from being able to kill. Their Bastion set up there. Yeah, they end up just getting really split. Super gets, I think, gets pulled or dropped off high ground, and then once you have like no shields, I think what the better spot, at least if they want to do that, they can set up like where the water tower is. They can waste a lot more time, or if they really want to do that strat, then they at least try to hide it a little bit better. But yeah, they end up just, I guess we can watch it from third person and see exactly how they, we can go up 30, there we go. So we can see what made like the disconnect happen, because pretty much all the shields need to be together, so they're calling, I guess, to go up top. I think Sinatra goes a little too far out, and then Hawksaw, yeah, it says can get free spam in there. Let's see how they drop. So they have the field here right now. Oh, they get pulled off. Okay, that was a pull conk. So it was a really good pull conk by Hawksaw there. And then Sinatra wants to set up in this bottom right corner, but Super's on the left side, so it was just all split. After they got pulled off, it was just probably super hectic, and they couldn't get like a actual regroup, and then South Korea took advantage of it. So that was good fire play by Hawksaw, not being within like the Bastion's LOS to get owned. Why didn't SK use counter Bastion comp and such? Well, the thing with like, okay, so like they can counter Bastion, but with when you Bastion up through the top, your immortality is out in the open, and if you're playing on that side where Super here, can I do this? Oh, yeah, I can. Can I go? Is there a way to go faster? I don't know. I don't know how you go faster like this, but I guess we'll just go slow. If you try and do the counter Bastion comp, right, you're gonna put your Bastion out through like here, but your immortality is gonna be out in the open because your Bastion has to like whatever have LOS, so it can break easily. And then with US, if they want to stay here, they literally can put their immortality in this building, and then Bastion will never die because somebody has to touch point. So if you do like the counter Bastion, then US is just gonna get a lot more value, is because they already have set up here. You're the ones that have to push into their space, and they just have a better whatever shield advantage because they put their shield first. They have this inside, and one of you is gonna have to touch payload, or you just sit up top and fight here till somebody gets like window. So by South Korea like going Pharah, going around the back, and then getting like free spam damage, it forces like Space and Super to have their shields like split, and then they caught them on their rotate since their shield was broke. So it's just this comp counters the Bastion comp because of like the spam, and it forces them to rotate and stuff. So it just gives them a better advantage than trying to mirror and then being at like a slight disadvantage. So let's see. In this fight, do they have any ults? Corey's down, so they're probably not gonna push. They're probably just gonna kite back and wait for a full 6. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Kite back, waiting for full 6. All right. So with their comp here, since they're on the Reaper and the Doomfist, it's still the same thing. Super and Space are gonna look to probably full rock the Pharah, since the skybox isn't that big in this spot. It's easier to do, so that's where they're gonna look for their pulls, and then they're gonna want to like hard engage on top of their Orisa, Sig, Zen if they're close enough. They want to try and take the brawl to them, and they want to do as much damage as they can, before the Pharah gets value. So take his fast fight, and just try and win before Pharah gets value and look for like the pull rocks. That's kind of how US is gonna have to win this. But Hoxel's coming up with Barrage, so it's gonna be hard. So there's the pull. Super kind of just gets instantly deleted. And yeah, that's they kind of just lost because they didn't get value out of that. The analysis desk is full of Batman players. Feels Batman. I think eventually what Overwatch will do, like once players like retire and stuff, they'll probably just bring them, kind of like how Jake is now going into casting. I think that's really good for Overwatch because then they have a person explaining what's going on to like the viewers, since they know what's going on. It's easier for them to explain and like say, okay, they're going to be looking to go like top left, they're going to be looking to do this. Oh, this Reaper's going in the back line. It's like the so then the audience, like, you know, watching, like, oh, okay, now I know what to look for, you know. So I think eventually, like in a year or whatever, there's going to be a lot more players probably like doing the analysis like desk, or, you know, doing the casting, and it'll make it a lot easier for Overwatch to like follow instead of just being like, oh shit, dude, look at the big play. Oh, dude, they're walking forward. Oh man, dude, they're doing this. It's like, you know. Don't get me wrong, the casting stuff are really good for Overwatch, but I think the players eventually, if there's some players that have like the, I don't know, personality for it, I think it'll help Overwatch a lot. Let's see here. US, oh, they're swapping to the Widow to try and deal with the Pharah. Okay, that's pretty ambitious with the double shield. I mean, the skybox is pretty bad, and if Corey's confident hitting the shots, then he can deal with the Pharah. He just has to hit the shot first. But US is kind of really at a big ult disadvantage. They only have Nano and Sigil closing, while South Korea is going to look to... Pharah is probably going to get as close, as high as they can, like playing above them, and look for a barrage down. And then Architect's going to look to Dragon as they're coming through this tiny choke point. So Pharah's trying to play like close to above. They're trying to get under. Yeah, thanks for the 10 bits, Soliway. So Super dropping a point. There's the barrage by Hawksall. He got the barrage. I don't understand why all these Pharahs think it's smart to literally, like, you saw this in Gauntlet too. Literally, I think all the Pharahs just like turn off their brain when they have a barrage or something. And it, like, I don't know, man. There's like a shield, you know, he's gonna have shift. You're literally barraging in somebody's face. Like, I don't understand what you think is gonna happen when there's like an Orisa and a Sig like right there. I don't know. I don't know, man. But he just wanted to get off the hero. He should probably swap off Pharah. I don't know why he'd stay. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, now he swaps to the Doom. That's good. And then Architect will swap to the Reaper after the fight's over. Soraka still has his Nano. They're probably going to look to Nano Sinatra. It's either going to be Sinatra or Corey. But Sinatra will probably get a lot more value on it because he can just Reaper, maybe get the 2-shot on some of the heroes. Mata's Bongo comes out, and Choi, since he has a free ult, he'll probably look to ult once Super has already used his gold. Like in the middle of the fight, they'll probably look to use Graflux. Let me check what Hawksall saw. I'm pretty sure Hawksall just decided to, like all the Pharahs kind of just do that. They kind of just like see people there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What do you see, man? what do you see? Dude, those. If I got, he felt like he was going Super Saiyan or something. I don't know. You know, he felt like he had the power to... I mean, okay, he needed to swap off Pharah, so he kind of just, I guess they won like the fight. He just wanted to use Barrage. So it's either like you get a Barrage, you get a pick, and then you go back to spawn and swap. So, I mean, I guess it kind of works out in the end. So instead of having to go back and take another fight with the Pharah, he's back onto the Doom now for the rest of it. So it works out that he died. Maybe that's why they just kind of like int themselves. But yeah. So Super has no more whatever gold. It was interesting. I guess they could try and like win the fight there. I think it would have been better since it was a lost fight. They were down 3. It might have been better for Super to save his bongos to stop their snowball here. I think that would have been a better play than to use bongos when you're down 2 and try and end up winning the fight. Because it's a lot harder to like stop like a snowball and get ult advantage since you did have to make a comp swap. Is that a bad bongo? Yeah, I think it wasn't overly aggressive. Like they were down players, and they thought like maybe they can make a play, but it ended up not working out. But I think it was not like the best use of a bongo. Yeah, like holding it. Like okay, so if he would have held it, because you know they're gonna cap that point, right? They're already like down. There's like very few chance that they win that fight. And then now going into this fight, now they can use bongos on this corner. Super, it'll be completely safe. And then what bongos allows you to do is build all your ultimates up again, right? So bongo can be used either to combo ultimates, like you can do bongo Reaper, bongo Cole, and all that stuff. Or since you have no ultimates, now like bongo can be used as like a refresher. So where you use bongo on like the neutral, and then your team does so much damage that now they can build all their ultimates up. So now you can build an ult advantage for like the next fights. And I think that's what the smarter play would have been, is to hold it there, and then now you can build some advantage going into third once you stop their snowball here. But on either side, there's both pretty dry here, but Sinatra's position here is actually pretty good if they don't know he's there, because Super's playing on this right side. They're going to be looking at him, and then Sinatra can come out from behind and get a couple picks and then just wraith back to his team if he really needs. But this is still the best spot for Super to hold. So here they're pushing out. There's Sinatra, like wherever comes from the back. Corey gets a nice pick on a Hawk Saul. They're still just holding this corner. You never really, unless you get an advantage like this where you're going to be like up 1 and then you want to like hard push out. Super did a really good job on just holding that corner. And the reason why that corner is like so strong is because it forces, we don't have to go all the way out, but for like holding like this corner, his LOS is like all of them, right? And for them to actually get to like the supports and stuff, they have to like walk out over to here, which once the shield breaks, they have nothing, but Super still has like a corner to block his shield. So this choke point right here for Rissa is like how you want to play forever, and then once you get an advantage, then you push up like they did. But just holding that spot till you get an advantage is the like the best whatever thing you want to do. So they played really well. Thinks 0 hour short is a Blizzard hinting at Genji meta. Oh, dude, you want the Genji meta? Hey, I'm down for some Winston Genji, dude. Sign me up. Who do you think deserved MVP? I think Corey did really well in this match. Like he kind of like performed really well with his Hanzo, Reaper. Like he carried like a lot of the fights. Like he was able to carry because his team backed him up and did a lot. But I think he had like a solo stand-up performance where he kind of like excelled above everybody. I think everybody else. But it is easier to see DPS as like doing better because they make all the flashy plays. But it's but by making those like flashy plays and like the getting the picks and stuff like that, he let his team like win, you know. If it was fan vote, XGC would have won it. Yeah, man. You know T-Mobile MVP XGC? Come on. Yeah, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we'll see Super just playing this corner again. It's the same thing. So he's trying to build bongos. There's the nice sigil by Space there. Space also did really well. Space would also be like a big candidate for me for MVP. His ultimates and like rocks and stuff, he played it especially well. All right, so let's see. This fight, they have bongos, pull dragon. South Korea has bongos, so they're probably gonna both use Super's gonna use bongos on this corner here. They're gonna look to pull dragon, and they're probably gonna engage off of that. With South Korea, they're probably gonna bongo like probably on like the right side, so they have no like US doesn't have an LOS of it, and then they'll look to probably engage off of that. So US does have the advantage since they have the dragon, and it can cut like somebody off, and you get the picks there. So I'd be surprised if US doesn't win here unless like something terribly goes wrong. So there's the dragon. Super gets the kill on their dragon. Oh, he didn't even have to use his bongos. Now that Corey is dead, I think he's probably gonna swap. But I think they're on opposite heroes, right? Corey plays, yeah. Okay, so Snatcher's on the Reaper, Corey's on Hanzo's. They can't swap because Snatcher's on Corey's hero. So I guess that's fine for him to stay on Hanzo. It's working out. Alright, so oh yeah, I was about to say, okay, so yeah, here's the bongo for like the neutral. South Korea doesn't really have anything, so they're probably going to kite out, or they can beat engage because I know Space doesn't have his ultimate yet. But since he's bongoing like this, it's possible for them just to back out and not even take this fight. So yeah, that's what they're doing. They're backing out. There's no reason for them to like whatever take the fight there. Now the bongos is almost done. They use the coal to break bongos, which is big. The beat comes out. Moth used beat as well. Now South Korea, since Moth used his beat, Choi has a free Sigiled, and they have nothing to stop it, so you kind of just get those picks there. And then now they're capping the map as well. Let's go out and watch that fight from third person view. Let's see. Oh shit. Exactly what happened. Okay, so we'll go back 20 more. Yeah, here we go. Oh god. Was this? Yeah. This will be this fight. I guess, yeah, we'll see everything. So, Super's bongo. Honestly, it's like a little soon. They didn't really commit. You could have waited until they push past a little bit more. But they're still fine. They're coming back to corner. Both beasts comes out for the Reaper ult. Super just gets pushed out a little bit, caught out. And now they're going to be just taking this. Whatever space, and then since they have no beat, yeah. So South Korea just did a really good job on like backing out, and then once they had like the cold beat, and then they had like the whatever the Reaper ult, then they re-engaged. So it was just like good discipline by South Korea, knowing that they're not going to try and take a fight into bongos, and they just wait for it, and then they push in afterwards, and then they have their own ult advantage, and then they just caught US out of position. Once Super died going forward, they didn't really have a shield they could back up to or anything.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Let's see here. There we go. Alright, we'll see if they use their nice Bastion strat. Corey popped off. I hoped Courier Space would have gotten MVP, but Snatcher is great too. Yeah, I think Courier Space definitely had really good performances. Like, I would have thought Corey would have deserved it more, in my opinion, but I know Snatcher has a lot more, I think, like fan base because of Shock and everything, so I don't know how they picked who. One, I didn't see that part because I wasn't home for the last match, but alright, let's go back real quick because I wasn't paying attention. Talk about that. Okay. All right. So U.S. is on Reaper Doom, and South Korea is on the Reaper May. So the U.S. have the better comp if they can get on top, since Reaper Doom does have a better kill potential. And I think they know that South Korea knows that they're always running the Bastion, so the Bastion is a lot more of a sketchier pick since last time they just got bulldozed over. So they're probably anticipating that they're swapping to the Mei. So this is a good swap by US. So once they take like the brawl fight, if they can get past the Mei wall, they're just gonna like, pull Doom, and then once they take they should win the brawl as long as they can keep Sinatra up and for like pull punches and stuff. So there's the pull. Probably see Sinatra come in for like a punch. Both golds are out now. Super is in a little of an aggressive spot. I think it was a little overly aggressive there, but wait. All right. I guess let's watch from Sinatra's point of view there for that, whatever, attack. Let's see if he uses Super's pulls or how he's doing this fight. Yeah, thanks to follow, man. So he's staying up top. He's waiting for them to engage. So this is good by Sinatra here. So there's the E, and he gets out. Super's like a little close. He gets walled. I think Super's could play a little bit farther back, but another good punch by Sinatra. Oh, dude, barely jumped that. Yeah, Sinatra's doing really well by not dying or anything here. Yeah, that was really good play. That's not all around there, staying alive, being able to get those picks there, and that's what makes the Reaper Doom comp better than the Mei comp. Is just because of like the one-shot potential and stuff that Doomfist gives. Because like Mei is good once you get like a freeze or something like that, but it's like you don't have the hard enough damage unless everybody's focusing those targets to be able to kill it. With Doom, is you really can just go in, punch E, and then it's kind of like a GG type of thing, you know? It's not how to face the most annoying heroes. Alright, so let's see. US going into this fight. They have Doom ult coming up. Same with Cole. So Raucus and Bedosin are probably... Bedosin's probably going to look for Cole engage here, and then Raucus is going to match after. And then after Sinatra gets ult there, you'll probably see the Super engage what he likes to do, and then look for Sinatra's Doom ult. So there's the pull. You probably see Cole's coming out. There's the pulls on either side. There's the pull. Sinatra has ult now. Super just used, but it was okay that you wasted cooldowns for it. Now I'm just going to take the fight to point. Alright, so that's just clean up now for them. So US actually has a pretty good ult advantage here if they can... Oh. Unlucky. We didn't see that one, Super. We'll pretend that everybody chat. Your eyes over your face. You didn't see him miss the shield. Alright, so going to the next fight. They have Bongo, Sig, and Beats. Choi's having his fight, since it is overtime. I'd like to say Moss should probably keep, if he can. Choi's probably gonna get his ult pretty fast. He probably knows he's probably gonna save his beat for Sigil, but if he has to use, then he has to use because it's overtime. But Super's definitely gonna Bongo on their neutral right when they see it. Then Mono's gonna match as well. And then, boy, the US is gonna definitely look for their whatever pull Sig. So it's all gonna be at the Architect to see if he can get his Reaper ult before Mono uses his Bongo. There's the ult by Space. I think that was a little early by Space. I guess we'll wait for this fight out here, and we'll go back and see what he was looking at. But so B comes out. It's a good ult by Corey. Actually, huge ult by Corey there. Okay. I want to see why they signaled it so early. Okay. So I know Space is pushing up. Because I don't, they don't have much follow-up here. Because the cart's so far back. I don't know, maybe he uses it to save himself. Okay, so he's with Corey. He knows 2 are bottom left. So I know he wants to get him through the choke point, maybe force cooldowns. But his team wasn't even close enough to where they could even get value out of that. So that kind of just, if anything, it gave South Korea more support ults. Because it didn't really force, I guess, that many like cooldowns or anything. I guess it forced some cooldowns, so it kind of works. But I think it might have been better if they used this on the when the fight's actually going to be happening, like in a little bit here. It's still a good spot by OWWC. And then just a huge ult by Corey here once they have no cooldowns for it. But I still think the Sigil maybe could have been used a little bit later. But ended up working out for them. They get cooldowns out, setting up Corey's Death Blossom. Yeah. I mean, how much did they use? The main thing with Death Blossom is seeing if they use Grasp. But I don't think he used Grasp. Because it's all pretty much up to like Grasp and cooldowns. Let's see, like, what else did they use? They used Gold. And that's it. So by the time... Oh no, the Grasp was out for that. Okay. Yeah. So it did end up working out like they did. The cooldowns and everything was good. But I think the main thing was Troy didn't have Grasp for the Corey's ult, but yeah. You right. Either way, using it before or a little bit later, they still would have like gotten cooldowns out. Alright, so let's see. Sinatra, Raucous have their ultimates. South Korea should probably win this. They have 4 ultimates to 2. So Raucous is definitely probably going to cool when they meet. And then Super is going to look for an engage pull onto their Lucio or their Sig. That's probably one of the 2 he's probably going to look for it on. We'll see if that happens. Here's the ult. Looking for a pull. Didn't get anything, so... Nice, that was a good ult by Sinatra onto the Architect there to counter his Death Blossom. Let's just go to, I guess we'll watch some Raucous, since that's the first person, but like, I think it's just overtime now. Round of 3. Alright, let's see. South Korea's attack now. Yeah, South Korea had way better, so there's no way they should have lost that one. We have 10 more seconds. All right. Let's see here. Where is? All right, so, oops, there we go. All right, so U.S. is on the Reaper Mei. South Korea is on the Bastion. So since they pushed it so far, I actually like this comp by US. Instead of doing like the Reaper Doom, the Reaper Mei actually lets them have the Mei ulti for the point contest. And since they have to push it all the way to the end, all they really need is just like one ultimate, and then Mei gives them that like team fight kill ultimate other than Doom. So I actually do really like this swap here. And then South Korea's trying to go for the Bastion, which if US can get on top of them, then before they get set up, then they're going to have the advantage. So we'll see if US jumps on top of the Bastion. Alright, so Bastion's just chilling up top. That was a good wall to pull. It was actually huge. Alright, so they need to start. They're just holding out their spawn. Definitely should back out and get a regroup to like back left now. And once Bastion sets up again, then they need to try and hard push on. So that's a good Mei wall to close the distance there. They're still kind of playing like a little far back. I think Bastion's eventually just going to be better here unless they can get on top of Bastion. So another pretty good wall, cutting that LOS. Bastion's still on left. He's really uncontested right now, and then now Bastion just has a field day. So I think they might have been buying for time, but if they wanted to try and win that, then with those walls and stuff, we didn't really see what the DPS were doing, but they didn't. They never actually tried to push in and close the distance to actually contest Architect at all there. So it was inevitable that eventually they were just going to lose. But as you can see, Rocket swapped over the Ana, and then the reason why they're doing that is to do like the Mei wall sleeps and then looking for the nades as well. So that's the reason why Rocket swapped off the Ana instead of being on like Moira there. So this is a good push by US. They're pushing it. If they can stop the cart from under here, then they can contest a lot more space, force them to get into them, and then it might force Bastion to drop down to low ground, which lets them like engage onto him and then put them in a better spot. What's up, Meek? Alright, there's Maywall, or May ulti by Oxall, Architect. Ooh, they actually used 3 ultimates there. Yeah, they used Bongo, Mei, and so I think using Sigult and, or not Sigult, Bappult and Bongos at the same time is kind of like a little too much, because you know that IDK is probably playing with Architect there. You probably didn't even need really to have the Bongos. Let's see. F1. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think the Bongos are a little. Yeah, since they're using Mei ulti window, I think they South Korea definitely over ulted here, and since it's overtime, they need as many ultimates as they can. So they definitely did not need the Bongos. If they wanted to use 2, then just the Baffled and whatever Mei ulti should have been enough. But this is still good positioning by over Architect for this recontest. Super can't really do much. They can't really do much to contest Bastion in there. Oh, but he drops down. Yeah, I guess we'll watch Architect for this fight. I'll go see the other ones, but I don't think. Yeah, he tries to drop down to get picks there. Snatch has a good Mei ulti on top of him, but I think Architect kind of went 2 balls to the walls there. Alright, well, let's watch Super now, just to see how he's playing. But yeah, Architect definitely tried to go way too. He thought it was invincible with that nano Bastion, man. I swear, you give people nanos and then their brain just turns into like, I'm a god. Was it a pull? I think he jumped off himself because the wall was there, but then he just ulted off the top. So Super's trying to get under Bastion. So this is good positioning by Super here, so to be able to still contest the payload. Yeah, he definitely did not get pulled. Super was slept. He just fell off the top, but then Snatcher got a good Mei ulti there. So the Mei ulti in the freeze pretty much saved them from Architect killing like their whole team. And then now it's just kind of clean up for US here. Architect wanted to show Sinatra who the better Bastion was. Ah, yes, dude. He had to try to assert some dominance, but Sinatra got the better of him. Alright, so let's see. Going into this fight, Bongos, Sig, Nano, and Reaper ults, yeah, they're looking pretty nice. South Korea only has their Sig ult here, so Super is definitely gonna use his. Probably look for pull Sig. They're gonna Nano Corey for Reaper, and then probably just bond, like they literally can just use all their ultimates on cooldown. Probably want to see Super's Bongos like a little bit farther back though, not on payload, because you know that's where they're gonna fight. So I don't probably want to see the. There's the Bongo Reaper. It works out because they have to bring in touch anyways, but they definitely could have put Bongos maybe like in the back or something. But either way, they have so many ults. There's no way that they're gonna end up losing.